Evening again. Damn right, Mr. Morlock. Someone's got to build this base, right? Hey, Scar. Hang on, no. Is Canadian Chronic Scara? I think it's Scara, but I might be wrong there. I can't remember. That's one of the ones where it's not the same name as the Discord. Alright, okay, I did remember correctly. Sweet. I just had sudden doubting of myself. I was like, shit. Is it Scara? Don't worry about it, Morlock. Oh, there's plenty the Baron can get done on his lonesome. Never you fear. Oh, hey, Bod. How you doing, man? First of all, Baron is going to make use of the fact that the island has respawned. Rule number 1 of this island. Every time it's respawned, you must harvest it. It's not that sleep is overrated, Omega, so much as I'm fairly hyped, and so what I'm basically doing today is literally spending not quite the entire day live, because I did have to like go out and get some food earlier for Executure, but outside of that, yeah, just like whatever. I'll just stream the whole of today then. Yeah, tell me about it, Will. It's awkward, isn't it? I think progress has been good. Tex, I don't even think you've seen this. We've got a little underground cavern here next to the... This is the shipyard, the back of the shipyard. This can be for like storage and so on for shipbuilding. It's directly by the shipyard. And I was in the process of extending things out towards where your no building zone is, so I'm almost to the point where we can get rid of that. And we're as close as we can get, you know? Yeah, I might have spent about 45 minutes relining it up again. This got placed another 2 more times, because if you look on this side, you can now see that the stairs are really quite a lot closer than they were when you logged off. Yeah, I rebuilt everything. Tex, if it... Look, it was either going to be then, or it was never going to get done. And then it was going to bug me forever. Now, look how close I got the angle and everything. The angle of the dangle is, like, bang on. Now it's not going to bug me forever, and it's lined up. So, positivo. Right, I was coming back this way because I was full as well, so... It was worth doing because I was only going to hate myself for not having done it. So... I haven't done... This track's just really, really quiet for some reason. Sorry, I'll cue up a bit more extra music alongside that because I need a few tracks in there to begin with. Okay, so main goal for me at the moment is I want to clear this out, and then I want to reach out and see whether or not the trade for the bear that was on offer earlier is still on offer, and if it is, how much is it going to cost? Because I mean, it's been 6 hours since that trade was offered. You want to bet it's going to cost a fair bit more crystal than it did when I first asked for it. But we'll see. It was only a low-level bear, so who knows? Evening fog. Oh no, I really liked yours from last season, Scara. I can't remember quite how you did it, but no, I only realised after I'd done it. I was like, oh shit, this is very really like that one that I remember in, because I love that, dude. The way you did, sorry, I'm not helping stream at all in here. In last season, Scara, who's been in Remnant on the previous season as well, built something a bit like that, where the shipyard was attached to a dock and lined up and alongside blocks, and then built a structure around it, but instead of like mine where it's leveled with the lower level of the platform, if I remember rightly, his was level with the top of it, and it extended out alongside the top like a sort of turtleback design. And again, you could walk inside it. It was really nice. I mean, unfortunately, we're early in here, Scara. We're early in, and this is what we've got as far as resources on our island. It's like I can count the number of trees on my hands. So we'll get there. It's worth mentioning, Trench and Scar, that part of the reason that I ended up getting Shaq and Co to come and join me with you guys rather than head out on our own, and I understand that it's a bit weird that we're off on our own island, was because I knew there would be times like right now. So once we've got a bit more established here and I have something that I can safely sail myself, my plan is very much to moonlight. If you know what I mean. No, we don't have a design for the sails for us boys yet. Yes, they do, Rico Loco. So, for example, there, I've been primarily going for thatch. Which is why I was using the pick rather than the axe. I know it would be intuitive to use an axe on wood, but I was after a bunch of thatch. I'm trying to spread it out. Now, of course, all my tools are broken, so fuck spreading it out. Let's just grab some more fiber and head back to repair my tools. Roger that. Ah, it's all good, perfect. I'm the one that makes our tools at the moment anyway. I've been quite focused this season on what skills I was picking up. I mean, honestly, unlike Shaq and Tex, I played a lot longer in last season. I played a lot more in the first few seasons, so I think I'm a bit more aware of what's helpful to pick up early on, which is why I'm sitting here with like a massive weight allowance, for example. Just because that way, this part of the game, way easier if I can be hauling. But decent amounts. Yeah, good choice, Tex. You're going to find that way better. What am I dying of this time? Hunger! Ah. How's our preserving salts looking? Not going down too badly as well, Tex. I don't know, how many did you put in here? Okay, that's pretty good then. We've only lost 4 in all this time. I'll take it. Oop. Fish. Oh, we're out of space. Roger. Let's take some of this shit over there then. Cool. Oh, nope. Close. Refill some thatch. Oh damn, we're way low on wood as well. Yeah, I know I did this as well. It's not even like I can... Okay, yeah, and then we don't give a shit about fibre at all. Yeah, Major Carter. I mean, it's coming together slowly. We're in a really weird build location, but I think it's going to end up working out quite nice, to be honest. Okay, so the storyline for the Baron at the moment, Commander Xavier, is that while he is still a member of what were previously known as the Slender Remnant, and are just now known as the Remnant, he has gone running off, basically. He's almost self-imposed exile after some sort of treasure that he's heard about that might help him restore his name a little. Because after 2 seasons of bad luck and being beaten up, he's not feeling so good. He doesn't, and there's a lack of faith in him in general from the overall populace, as you'd imagine. Stripped of his rank, so he's kind of gone renegade to try, but on a bit of a quest. Hence why we're out in the middle of nowhere, hiding on an island called Baron's Hideaway, that is absolutely tiny and tucked in a really weird corner of the map. Well, yeah, indeed. Pirate's such a weird word, you know. I can see that it hasn't rained since I logged off. That was the last bit of drink on this. In fact, that's it. No more drink. Can we drink on this island? Because otherwise, that's kind of awkward. No, we can't. Fuck. Okay, so I'm just... Well, that's a bit of an issue. I wonder if it'll let me place a reservoir on one of these areas. Although if it doesn't rain, then how is it going to fill up? Yeah, fog, and it hasn't rained the entire of today. These barrels have been open all day and they're both still completely empty. So it hasn't rained today, and we have no fresh water on our island. Maybe I can get lucky with, for now. Aha. Oh no, that's food. Come on now, berry tea is not food. Oh no, it did give me a bit of hydration. Ignore me. Well, that's a bit of an issue. Can I make water barrels? I don't think I can. I might have to move one of those. Yeah, I think the idea here is going to be Pick up. Because I'm going to end up having to do a run some point soon. Let's take a water barrel with us in the hope that we might fill it up a little bit as we go. Right, what else have we got on here? Metal fibre hide, we need thatch for repairs if we're going to go that route, so that's probably worth taking, although cargo's fairly full. We have bowlers for days and a bunch of preserving salt. That's too much preserving salt, I think. Let's fail. Split 50 off. And take the rest back. Bowler wise, I might do some taming. So sure. No, Farrell was not to blame in this case. Okay, so let's get some tools repaired. I don't know, Xavier. That doesn't seem to be quite right. I'd be tempted to suggest a raven, but the raven, the remnant flag is also a raven. It's just so it would have to be quite a different kind of raven. But or yeah, as you say, it'd be nice to include the sneak element. You know what I mean? So let me think as well. I wasn't realising that you were thinking along those lines. Let me have a muse too. We've also got Grot Master Sailmaker, so. But of course, I don't want to turn down people willing to help. So where is Tech storing the salt about here? Other than obviously in the large barrel he likes to deliver during streams. Sorry, Tech. Right, let's investigate a little bit on the trade opportunities regarding Ann Bear and whether it is still optional. Apologies, folks. Just giving a poke to my contact from earlier via pigeon. No, pigeon, not Discord, pigeon. Noticeably not a sea rat. Oh, Fudge has arrived. What up, Fudge? Thank you, mate. Oh. We're welcoming Mal Bathla, Big Texas, Wicked Sin, Flashback Live, ZPM, Lessard, Monrast, Viniravash, Ottos, and Vernon. Pardon me. Nice one, Fudge. Very, very kind of you, mate. Shit! The fog! Full battle fleet has arrived. God damn it. Holy balls. Apparently the first shot... I don't know how that works. Normally the bigger guns would open up first. You'd expect, but... who knows? Devon the Red. Shadow Dragon... Dehagarich? Fuck those. Flame God. Chieftain Blanc at Meridius. Oh, one for Lucas. Sweet. Nunzian, Cody Fart, Holdar, Aragost, Seraph, Bob. Saxon Lightfoot, that weird guy, Just Cobra, Gorash, Renium, Wayne Russell, and Ned. Welcome to the boys, guys. Welcome to the boys. Oh. Yeah, Fudge has got the range somehow. He's apparently in a DD for that battle, but has the range, and then Fog just comes in the cruiser and is like wiping things out as well. Okay, so word on the crystal is that timeline is a bit uncertain on when we can meet up, so I'm not going to rush towards that currently. Other than knowing that we do have a deal down for Bear for Crystal, so I don't need to go and tame one myself. So for now, I'm going to grab wood from this island, and then I think I'm going to go and do a bit of exploration. Holy fuck! Fudge! God damn! Wait. Also, Valora Hunter, thank you for resubbing, dude. Oh! And with the Rapid Fire Destroyer, Fudge opens up with his cannons again! Unexpected. Welcome, Killer, Haywire, the Poetic Ninja, Encook, Autofire, Demeaning Spark, Casus Vet, Marcus, Jagmeister, and Jeff Moore. Oh! Welcome to the boys. At this point, a DD would normally smoke, and the cruiser would normally back out. I feel. Hint, hint. Thank you, guys. You're too kind to me, boys. You're too kind. Especially as I can't open fire in return. Somewhere along the line, this battle isn't entirely fair. How are you enjoying the team's handiwork? What are you referring to, sir? And damn right you should be. I laughed with Mr. Shack before we started. And not Mr. Shack, Blitz, before we started about how you'd chosen to hide the password and that it was probably due to cause some drama. Sorry. But yeah. It's been good work. I mean, I'd say the person whose work is most noticeable currently would probably be Poetics, but obviously the Arbiter team ideally has nothing to do. That would be the best scenario. Obviously, there was some good meetings. I enjoyed how people worked together and how the whole thing came together. Plenty of people involved, and it's impressive seeing that the community can, when poked, get themselves into a position where they can actually stop that. Like, seriously, get yourself into a position where, like, despite all of the points of view involved, there's still a decision made and people stick together and so on. So yeah. Yeah, man. In the end, Arbiters, and I don't mean any offence here, should ideally have nothing to do. Ideally, you guys should be completely invisible because everything's running just sweet, and there's no concerns, you know. And there's no incidents you need to get involved with. There's, you know. And yeah, I know I'm running out of water, but there's nothing I can do about it because there is no water on this island. It needs to rain. That is why I'm trying to prepare to leave this place, because I'm just going to die repeatedly. The only reason I haven't died so far is because I drank all the berry tea. There is no water here. That is our biggest issue. Probably can in the long run, but I can't, Tipsy. Not how I'm spec'd out. Same deal though, Triss. It's Shaq that can build those, if anyone. I think. Oh, I take that back. Organic paste. Of course, we don't have any organic paste and I can't make that. God damn it. Water holy dealies. Yes, those ones. Nice one, Rico. Thank you, man. Whoa. Apologies. Need an emergency water drop? No, it's far too late for that. I'm going to die. Is what's going to happen. But it'll be fine. Not really, Xavier. I probably need to head out and find some organic paste and so on. No, trust this is partly of our own making. I mean, that's our island. We've got more base than island already. Yeah. Oh well. Farewell for a world. It's been good. Alright, Lucy. Ah, there's better ways of hastening the process, Triss. Actually, no, there's not. We don't have a fire anymore. We've moved on to grills, haven't we? Damn it. I was going to burn myself, but can't burn myself on a grill. Shut up, Triss. Not doing it. Can't punch the ground. God damn it. Faulty. Have some wood. Yay! Can't burn myself on it because I can't jump. There we go. Success! The raft may have a level up, but it's not my raft, so yeah. Okay, I don't see much option here but to just move out. I'm not going to get organic paste from anywhere as far as I can see. Because I think it's under cooking. Hang on, I've got cooking. Yeah, so why can't I... Is it under preservatives? Would make sense. And if it's under preservatives, I've got 15 points. I can get it. Apparently I have basic farming as well for some reason. Hey, bro. Screw it, I'm gonna find out. That's me craft preserving stuff. under tanning. Oh, sweet. So it is. Roger that. Thank you very much. No. Make organic paste. We have salt and saps for days. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I got it. Cheers, guys. Under tanning, apparently, which is not where I'd expect to find it, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, Moldok, our bed position is there. So, in reality, the Baron's head is in fact quite close to the sleeping people. Alright, let's see how these work. Okay, so I can just get some on the roof. Let's see whether or not they actually help, though. People say they slowly fill up over time, but I suspect the reality is they slowly fill up over time due to rain, which we don't get. Yeah. Or needs irrigation from a water supply, which we don't have. So, yeah, there's that. Sweet. How are you set up, Boterizzle? You have no food. You have some vague materials in there, could do with fibre if I remember rightly. And you've got taming stuff and preserving salts and repair materials. Cool. Just double check. Is this fibre or thatch? No, it's thatch. That'll do. Right, let's also bring... a little bit of food with us. Anything else I want? I've got a pike, I've got a bow, got armor. Might take a spare grapple. Hey, Odysseus. Thanks, man. was some metal already, wasn't there? Alright, yeah. Maybe I should make some more barrels. Maybe this is this a water fetching run, perhaps? Tipsy mate, our island is that big. There is no green terrain on it. That's our problem. We're in somewhat special circumstances. I hope you understand. Also, before I set off for a long sail on my own, I will be back in 1 second. Quick bio and a drink before I do my yeah. It's gonna be solo sailing is always interesting. The last thing I want to do is end up in a position where suddenly Wested needs to pee or whatever. Problem with that, Ram, is that if we put anything on land here, we prevent literally everything we have from spawning. Unless I can find a... I see. Yeah, maybe. Although it has to be stone ones, you say? That's the right one. So I wonder if we can get away with some over here. I'm guessing that's a no, right? If it would say it was irrigated if it was in the right place. I know how to check. Yep, yep. Okay, so in the long run, we're not getting any resources from this island, because in the long run, we're going to need to get water from it. I mean, it's not the end of the world. In the long run, there's not that much resources on this island, but it does put us in an interesting position. If we get any closer than that, basically, things will stop spawning. Although, let me do a test. Why not? Given that this is a potential concern, let me go and find a spot that's the first spot where, or maybe look around the back of the island. Just find a spot that's as far away as it possibly can be, and place it. So, like, over here is a potential option, where we can get to about there and get 30% water richness. Is there an option maybe around the back? I don't think there's any flat terrain back here, but if it'll let us place it, maybe we get lucky. Although this is where the one valuable resource on the island is, so maybe not. Like in the long run, yeah, in the long run, we're better off denying ourselves a bit of fibre, etc., than we are denying ourselves the only tradable commodity we have, which is these crystals here, basically. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the rocks, as soon as you get away from this actual landmass, Tipsy, it doesn't seem like they work. So I'm going to do a test and see, like, okay, so that is as far as we can get, as far as I can see. What does that end up denying spawn-wise? Might as well find out. Because that is irrigated, and so we are going to get water from it. I believe it's 15 foundation blocks. Yeah, that's what we were told, but we'll have to have a see. I'm not running pipes anywhere for now. This is more of a test to see whether or not it even works, and given we've got things set up as we are, let's go and finish loading the boats, and then I can, hopefully by the time that's done, we might have a bit of water in there that I can fill some skins with and take with me so I don't die immediately. Shut up, turtle. Oh no, we'll see. We'll see, big old. Like, the stuff nearby there is, if it's only dealing with the stuff that's really close, then I don't care, because that's one tree and a bunch of like shishandra and berries and whatever. My concern is it manages to get towards the back and stops the crystal or like our trees from spawning. Can't afford it, Merton. Believe it or not. Oh shit. Hang on a second, boys. Something we need to deal with here. Excuse me. Can I ask your business here?
Just exploring, good sir.
And who be you, my friend?
I'm Conroy von Von.
Conroy Van Von Von.
Yes. I have many titles.
Fair enough. Well, welcome to about 9 trees and 4 rocks and some fibre. AKA home.
It's an interesting home. I can say that. But yeah, I've just been exploring around, looking at all the islands, seeing where my path will take me.
Congratulate you on finding us at the very least.
Oh, I've been basically heading through all the south, looking around.
Yeah, we're neatly tucked away. Well then, I mean, honestly, I can't offer you much in the way of entertainment, I'm afraid. Sometimes there's a seagull.
I can see one over there.
Oh, you arrived at the good times, Roger.
I've been traveling to a lot of islands. Are you looking for anything in particular? Any materials you're like desperate for?
Right now, not particularly. We're pretty good on gems. Is the only one that I haven't located yet.
That can be found on the Grogs Island. There's a little, I think there's 2 types of gems on that island. I got some. I can give you some if you need some.
I'm not in a massive rush. Just would be useful to be able to go and grab some, just if we want some sextants, etc. It's a little annoying, you know.
Oh yeah, it makes finding shipwrecks much easier. But yeah, I can go grab some gems. I got too many and my ship's way too heavy at the moment.
I mean, that's fine. I could offer you a trade even. We have a little quartz, if that's something you haven't found yet.
No, I found a lot of crystal. I'm pretty much
No
just offloading my crap to you.
Unfortunately, that's about all we have, so... Yeah, that's a brigantine. Pretty freshly built by those things. Looks like he hasn't quite finished his rear end design even yet. No cannon gun ports or anything, but good for just travelling around.
But yeah, that should
2 speeds and a handling.
Basically.
That's very generous of you, sir. Well, happy travels. I hope the seas treat you well. I would warn you that I have, when sailing in the direction that I suspect you'll leave to the north, I have encountered a couple of ships of the damned, so keep your eyes peeled.
Thanks for that. And yeah, you too. Best of luck down here on your little rock.
It's the best rock.
I mean, in the coming week, hopefully I'm going to be setting up a little Sloop Wars event. Hopefully, if we can find a nice place to settle.
Sounds interesting. Well, with about 6 respawned, I should be able to build one, so...
Oh, no, that'll be like fully, once you get to the island, or what do that, we build your ship and then you go out and battle, kind of deal.
Oh, sounds interesting.
Stock.
Sounds fun. Well, do let me know. Send me a pigeon
Yeah,
if you have any finalised plans. I'm sure we'll attend.
Of course, yeah. And good day to you, and best of luck on your Honey Rock.
Well, thank you. Good luck on your travels, sir. Yeah, a friendly fellow, if slightly derisive of our current living conditions. I'll have him know that our rock is fucking amazing. More amazing than that horse that people keep talking about. Sympathy gems. God damn it, chat. Well, where's this hate coming from? I don't need none of this. Anyway, this also means... It's all good, dude. Oh, big ol'. That's it. That's fucking it. The bar on the edge of the world. Right by the trench. I reckon I can get Shaq and Tex involved with that as well. That's the one. We could set up a proper epic bar here. Yes, yes, yes. Good choice. Good choice. Exactly, Bullet Tez. It's the restaurant at the end of the universe. But the pub at the end of the world because, hey, we pirates. Okay, so this might as well be demolished because that is utterly fucking useless. But can I, if I grab some... Do we have some spare skins, maybe? Not in there. No. Onto that. Making water skins. Ulrico. That's kind of correct. The irony of a bar that's set up on a place that's got no water. Why? Well, because that's the only thing we had to drink. I know water skins leak. What do you want me to do? I've got a barrel on the front of the boat. This is my way of transferring things. Oh, it's gone away. Really? Really? Alright. Now, here's an ironic thing. That this music is kind of making me remember. Despite the fact that I've played many more hours of Atlas and had some amazing times in it, I think the times in Sea of Thieves are easier to remember. And that is entirely because the music behind it was so much more attributed to those moments, if you know what I mean. It's like when you get that smell that brings back a memory. Apparently there's a little species cave there where that little... Shaq, apparently I've got you a feces farm. It's this seagull that spins in circles right here. Oh, did I fuck up and put... Oh, shit. Speed he wasted. Ah, damn it. Roger. Failed up. No, Tipsy, the one that's that one that we've got left there that's actually filling shows as irrigated. With no pipes or anything attached to it. Later, Fog. Hello there. Oh wow, it's being a right bitch about it, I see. Yeah, you see how all these show up as irrigated. It's slow, but that's why I'm putting more down, is because in the hope that this still lets something here respawn. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not, but... Hey, Alti. Aldi, I can promise you that the way we built up is... We're probably the least progressed company on the server at the moment. But us bunch, if you know what I mean. Us group on this rock. Not the company as a whole, because to be fair, the company as a whole extends beyond that, but... Save some poop for Shaq. I know he likes that sort of thing. Hanging around for water is not doing me any good. Honestly. I think I'm good. Oh yeah. No, no, no. Motherfucker. Let me off the mast, damn it. Not that badly, man. as you can see from the HP we're looking at here, but well, that's a good point. It does tell me what I'm missing repairs wise, which is thatch apparently. Hang on, I've had enough of this bullshit. Skills, seamanship, basics of crew. Let me get at seamanship. Where's seamanship? No, is it piracy? Captaineering, there you go. Captaineering. Basics of crew. Ah, thank fuck. Yeah, apparently not any damage to really concern ourselves about. Plus, a little bit more setup now. Ah, damn it. They've got some water in them, somehow. The hell? They seem to spawn with 3k water. That seems a bit cheaty, but roger. Yeah, Mr. Carter. We're a little swifter now. Because Mr. Wasted can make... We got... When it comes to ship making. We're all the way down here now. I can make everything except a galleon. That was partly why I did it, Mr. Carter, was because for a solo sailing, having only one sail to worry about is quite a lot easier than messing around with all that rubbish, you know. Fail. To be fair, that's the first one I've gone for this season. And it was solo. I did put the preserving salts in the bag, right? Yeah, cool. EOD, it's not comfortable in Atlas. Like, honestly, solo sailing in Atlas, every time I do it, there's a little bit of quease that you're like, yeah, remember what you're endeavoring in here. Like, you could come up against a lot of stuff that is going to be a struggle to handle solo. Aaron's story this time around, Rain, is that he is, well, further disgraced, but has gone on a bit of a mission. Has removed himself from public view in order to try and search for something that might redeem him. Put him that way. Don't fall off the ship, Wasted. That would be bad. Thank you. Well, Season 2 technically ended with a war between the Slender Remnant and the establishing Assembly. Was Assembly right? No, it wasn't Assembly. Who was it? Warlock, help! Federation, thank you. No, there's videos of it, Rain, that was going to be made. I can't remember. It's also, like, I don't know how long I've been streaming for today, but it's been a while. So you are now in full brain melty zone. Apparently that doesn't stop Mr. Wasted from nailing the bloomin' flotsam like a boss. No worries. Yeah, I can't find the edit of it at the moment, Rain, or I'd stick it up. I had an edit in progress of the video for it. Just under 12 hours if you count the pre-bakes. Piss off, Laura. They count. Yes, Mr. Carter, it contains pirates. To be honest, he means the gap between the two streams, rather than, or the gap between the streams rather than anything else. But I assume. I thought that was being a troll. Either is acceptable. So this island to my left, I've been on it briefly, not been massively impressed. I think I might dip out of this. Oh, hello. We got friends, boys. I think I might try. I replace my previous statement. And dip out of this cell briefly, find a nearby island, see if I can find something to tame. Oh no, Oz, there are some really gnarly ass just in this cell. This island has some nasty reefs on it. Like hull strippers. No worries. And you can sometimes get away by doing what I'm doing there, where you use the third person and dip underwater and see quite how... But yeah. Okay, it looks like we've lost our friend. Hello. Well, that may well be... No, that's cannoned up. I can see gun ports from here. That's not our friend from earlier. Same layout of ship, but not same guy. Time for Mr. Wasted to piss on out. Nice one, Kazathan. Whoa. No, that's not Sympathy Gem guy. Not only that, but it's time for Wasted to use the one thing he's got going for him and get the fuck out of here. I'll still dip into the next cell, but this is not a bad point to attack, to be honest, and it has the added bonus of, I mean, I think you guys can see quite how fast we're running now. Good winds. Mr. Fudge, you are a fucking legend. Thank you very much, dude. Eldon Fox, Ekati, Iron Blood Forge, Gil Games, Morgan Rue, Akrop Gremlin, Dragon Reaver, Way, SWT Shadow, and Flashiest Line. Welcome to the boys. Bottle available, but nope. I say nope to that. It is indeed Oz. They split off a separate studio and from the main Arc development studio, essentially gave them some developers and the source code for Arc, but from an earlier version. And that was essentially it. And now we have Atlas. Good speed made, good speed made. How are we looking? That might be a good target island. Let's see. Who's this owned by? My old friends, the Federation, no less. Well, that could be interesting. Well, I think this is time to turn around, whether or not, whether I like it or not. Time to be out of here. Goodbye. Oh shit, cloaking device. Fucking Romulans. Why, thank you, Mr. Locklighter. That's very kind of you. Borg. A repeat of what, Mr. Frosty? We'll see. I don't think you need to be at war with a faction that currently consists of 3 people. Honestly. Morning, Jerry. Had a good sleep? The wonderful realities of seeing Jericho's when I was streaming earlier for a few hours, then he's gone to bed, and now he's woken up, and now it's Jericho's again. Hey, dude. That puts things into perspective. Well, I don't know, Mr. Rain. That will be something we might have to find out. In the interim, I expanded the trailer, dug a bigger hole, drove around a lot, off the spacebar, off the Farrell, but for other reasons. Gave text via shade. What else did we do on the... Did we do anything else useful on the Space Engineer stream tonight? That should be really good. Frosty, you must understand that the Baron storyline is very much that he has gone AWOL for all intents and purposes. Even from the remnants. He's still technically part of the company alongside Captain Shack and so on, the few stalwarts that stuck with him, but he has gone off seeking some sort of redemption, separated even from the company. To the extent that we currently live on an island, giving it all away, that's not visible on the map, but is down here, and it's one of those islets, or whatever you would call them. It's like it's a mountain and like 7 trees and some rocks. Oh yeah, we dropped nukes down the hole. That's a good point. Yeah. And Farrell built something that looked a bit like Forklift from long distance, but it was in fact a Glangmobile. But it worked. Wow, Dondi, it's almost like you've got the idea that what Wasted has done this season is go, abandon all responsibility! Fucking no! I want to play Atlas and have fun and be able to stream it this time. The last 2 seasons, I mean, that's not to say I didn't have fun. And I definitely, the reason I'm still in the Remnant is because I want to play with those guys. I've met some great folks playing along with those guys, and I want to continue to play with them. But there is definitely an element of fucking abandon ship. What time is it there? It is 6:08 AM. Am I the X? Yes, I'm here. And I'm heading, ideally, I mean, I don't particularly want to go and say hi to the Federation, but their island is closest, and I don't want to travel too far, and at some point I'm going to have that discussion, but hey, maybe if they don't notice I'm there, that's fine also. You know? One small issue with the, hey, maybe they don't notice I'm there, is people tend to watch streams. So, subtly arriving at an island and being like, yeah, nobody's here, doesn't really happen that often. But we'll see. Who knows? It's possible, this far into the season, you know, a couple of days in, it is possible that they're so wrapped up that they haven't noticed. It's one of the things we need to do better at, Rico, is both communicating the lore from the seasons as far as writing it up as we go along and so on, but also recognizing when it's happening. You know, we've got this wonderful opportunity with this server, as we've had with the previous ones, where we're kind of making our own MMO, but we need to get better off at actually making use of that opportunity, if you know what I mean. As weird as that might sound, I mean, I might. Oh, frogs are up there. I could get beer. Or kind of have to, don't I? Joanna, Orc's not the same, honestly, for me. I don't know why, and it's very hard for me to quantify. It's very much about the setting, and the RP involved with each. I don't know about whether or not Arc server management works similarly to Atlas as far as how they've clustered cells together and so on. I mean, if it does, then my point is moot in this case. But if it doesn't, then I mean, I certainly, the way Atlas clusters the cells makes it very easy from an admin's perspective to run larger servers. Arc is like one big map, so yeah. One of the things that Atlas, therefore, I'd say has done well is the advantage of this from a server admin perspective, or a server owner perspective, the advantage of this, like each one of these little grid set things is a server independently. It means that it doesn't matter how bad your particular piece of software is at multi-threading, because even if you're running on a single system, let's say you've got a 16 core system, well look, there's 16 different instances here, and so it balances itself across those instances in a way that a single instance trying to run the same thing couldn't. And yes, it does come with some downsides, but also the other thing you can do with Atlas that I think is very impressive is these cells don't all have to be running on one physical box. You can connect these cells together across many physical boxes. And so you can have like a physical box running these four, and a physical box running these four, and these four, and these four, if you need to, and so on. It's very scalable in that way, which is, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of an impressive way of taking a game that was not designed for that sort of player base and kind of converting it, because in reality, how often is every last person on this map going to be in one of these cells? You know? It's a clever solution to... I'm not saying that ARC has necessarily implemented it perfectly by any means. And they've definitely missed some opportunities with how they've done it. But what I am saying is it's a very good model for how to take a game that was not designed for large-scale multiplayer and scale it up to a point where it can handle it. Like, if Space Engineers were to do the same, suddenly what do you have? You have you have a server that, okay, maybe in one particular area you're hitting 0.5 sim speed because there's 32 people there, but everywhere else you've got 4 or 3 people and everything's running sweet, and suddenly you've got this massive universe of servers you can transfer between and so on. It's like, it's quite a clever technique for how to go about handling that scaling without having to throw at it hardware that is not accessible for your average person or your average developer, or quality of coding that is not accessible to your average developer. Because in reality, you wouldn't necessarily need to do this if you're, you know, if you think about how WoW was structured, for example, with its original Blade servers running thousands of people at once. How many people are in this? 30 here, and we got server ping of 58. You can feel this server. You'll notice this cell is, with how we're moving, it's chugging in a very different way to the one we were just in. Because this particular cell it's a completely different server and a completely different thread on the machine, and it's running a bit worse than it was. For that reason, join it. That's what I was just talking about. It's the okay, that's oh god, turn. I'm trying to turn, and it's turning as best it can, but turn. You are not getting me, my friend. That's not how it works. I say goodbye to you. In this wind, not a chance. Not a fucking chance. Barrels are open. We're all good. We're filling up on water. Don't worry, boys. Like, somehow, I love the fact that I can get our most valuable commodity simply by just sailing into another place and coming back again. Don't need to land anywhere, any of that. But yes, there is land here, and I am going to pull up. While we go through this storm, see if I can gather some basic resources. See if there's maybe a bear about. That would be nice. Quite the swell. I might chill them sails a little, given the wind is over generous. Should we call it that? Okay. Landing spot sighted. Nope. So how do you close the sails without slamming into the... By doing it quick enough that the anchor doesn't raise in time. Roger. Yeah, the thing is, Valora, I want to turn for a exit, but that means that I need to lower the sails and set them ready. Right, let's have a bow for now, please. Temperate 5, my favourite island. Ooh. Much boobers have been had. There are boar. Boar or not bear. And a monkey. This does not seem like a good sign to begin with. I don't think we're going to get bear here. A lot of poop in a circle. Sure. Bear? No. Okay, so the reason bear is desired is because Mr. Shack is not a massive fan of the whole taming aspect in this game. He doesn't like lots of animals around, which is fine. I'm kind of 50-50 myself. It ends up being a bit of a menagerie. The bear is a lovely middle of the road pet that works for pretty much all the purposes. So that if you can have a couple of bears around, you're pretty well set. Like, the bear's pretty badass as far as like combat's concerned. It's pretty badass as far as collecting is concerned. It's pretty badass as far as, like, even if it's not good at collecting the resource you want, it'll be good at carrying the resource you want. So yeah, overall, bear's good middle ground, I think. Given, and especially, I mean, if you think about what island we're on as well, it's not like it's a good island for having a menagerie of pets. You can indeed ride the bear. Never fear, Milo. Sends a bunch of Federation playing like they aren't watching the stream. I see. I know you're there, bastards. Okay. Sorry, didn't notice that was a seagull. Oh, I apologize, guys. Straw hemp, not exciting. What about softwood and rushes? I mean, good longer term when we have a need for various different types of material, but oh. Oh. Feels like there should be water around here, but I'm not seeing anything. Nice bit of heat wave, why not? Go alongside. At least we're not the only ones suffering with it. Nope, and a sign. Okay. My word, I suspect there may be natives here, boys. Look, they're building a building. Terrifying. Hello, Mr. Pig. Please do not, Mrs. Pig, I apologize. Please do not give away my intent here. Oh. Server is a type of call. Boring. Oop. Booby.
Sorry, what was that?
Howdy.
Oh, hello.
I think I got away with it. Shh. I think we're good. Natives seem non-committal. This is where you get these Jack Sparrow urges, where you're like, and now is where I want to swing down there on the grapples and sail off with a ship. But you can't do that. Which is probably fair. I'm not sure I'd have it the other way around. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, I think nope, we might have been spotted, boys. Run for it. Oh dear. This does not seem like the good place to be. Nope, this is not the right place. Moving. Moving out. Bears and running people, run. Keep moving. I am just gathering materials. Yes, I am one of the crew. Hello, member of the Federation here. Just gathering some wood for our upcoming project. Yes, you know that project that's upcoming? That one. Still doesn't look good. How the fuck am I gonna get out of here? Oh, Jesus. Natives. They're everywhere, boys. I don't think it works like that, Griff. Okay. We got ourselves into what we call, in the United Kingdom, a pickle. Fine. As a professional pickler, I have what it needs to get out of the situation. I think it begins with GTFO. There you go. Mission successful. They'll never find me now. Coming to Federation's Island was a poor choice. I regret it. And in future, I think we won't. Also, where the fuck's my boat? Maybe I'll just live up here on this ledge with the rabbits. Maybe that's the answer. You got anything cool? What? I remember seeing this before, but from a different angle. That looked like glider trails. So, whoop, Jesus, natives. Run! Run, boys! No! Ah! Oh, hello. Hello! Apparently, the natives were not friendly.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed what you just saw,
Proposal. Moving on. Bye. Nah. No, the hello was not very hello-y, but I understand. I see what deal we're dealing with here. Federation not friendly? That's fine. Anyone want to remind me what the button is to turn the in-game like chat on or off again? Because I don't have it on. I've not seen it this entire time. Vexing, we did the SE. What do you mean so early? It was 4 minutes early. Nope, nothing was said. No words exchanged in chat. Just murder. Just murder. I see how it is. It's funny you'd say that, Tipsy. I couldn't help but notice when I opened the map. Dunno. Probably coincidence. All I can tell you is that they're off my trading list. No more trading with feds. They're not even willing to speak the words before brutal murder. No, it's over and done with. Yeah, I'll send them to me, Xavier. Either, whatever works. Oh, don't say it like for criticism. That makes it feel bad. That makes me feel bad. What do you mean one of them said hi? Actually, that's a good point. One of them did say hi. No, you're right. Oop. If anyone starts a war today, it's them. I didn't kill no one. I didn't attack no one. I didn't threaten no one. I did nothing. Innocent man. A little bit of trespassing never hurt anybody. I was just looking. I didn't interfere with nothing. You ain't got nothing on me, Gov. You can't take me down. Not for this. I didn't even find anything good yet. Exactly. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. Oh, I'm getting scared of that island when that island's actually the one I should be going past. I thought it was the blooming one that the Blood Wolves are on. Idiot.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed what you just saw, then please like and subscribe.
Yeah, indeed. There was absolutely no sign saying no trespass. Oh, yeah. I'd grapple that, but I can't. Because I don't know how to grapple. Come on. Commandant sighted. I know, Brad. I was having a look around. I was exploring. I ain't here to cause no harm, but hey, as I said, Federation have made their stand for this server. They're not up for this. They're not up for no Baron interaction, apparently. Oh there. You look a mite friendlier than the last.
How goes the sailing?
Nah. Bit stingy. Found an island nearby. Them folks didn't seem so friendly.
There's a lot of that around here.
Did we do something, or are they just not friendly?
I seem to think they're not friendly.
No road of that. Fair enough. Well, I mean, I got out of there. Out of interest, you guys in need of any quartz?
I don't believe we need any at the moment.
Roger that.
But if we do, I will.
You please let me know. It's what we got. It's all we got.
I will go tuck back and talk to my company and see if we can do a trade in the future.
We're the same company. But just a little elusive. Surely you recognize the Baron.
It's been a while. I've been sailing the seas for a while.
I appreciate the aid, sir, but I'm a little concerned that the folks I just riled may be in pursuit, so if you don't mind, I might move on.
That seems fair. Do you need anything for your travels?
I think I'm pretty well set up outside of the slightly unfortunate greeting at my last locale.
I'll let you be on your way then, Bear.
Take care, Mr. M. Good to see you again.
As is you, Bear.
Maximum speed. I've messed around a bit in Exiles. It just doesn't grab me in the same way that this does. Like, I really do love me some sailing. And this isn't just like, oh, I like to play some sailing games. I grew up sailing. I am a pretty accomplished to the extent that I have a number of scars from dinghy and catamaran sailing mostly from when I'm on the trapeze in weather that's kind of a bit ropey. And when I say a bit ropey, I mean like Gale Force 8. Gale Force 7, Gale Force 8 stuff. The sort of stuff where most people don't even go out. So, yeah, when I say I love sailing, I love sailing. I have done a lot of it. I really enjoy it. I miss having an opportunity to actually do some in real life these days. And obviously, what we're doing on these ships is a little different. But yeah, it is a really enjoyable experience doing a bit of sailing and trapezing in particular. I mean, those who have experienced trapezing on a cat or something like a Laser 2000, Laser 3000, something like that, or a bus, or there's a bunch of boats that are in that sort of category, where if you get trapeze on a small, fast dinghy, oh man, that's so much fun. There is very little quite like that. Big ol' me and Shaq's boat idea is very different. He's a man that likes his big boats, his yachts, etc. I'm a dinghy fella. Like, if I was to get a boat myself, it would be like an 18-foot cat, probably. An 18-foot cat, or like a, yeah, again, like a Laser 3000. And yeah, well, when I say 18-foot cat, I mean 18-foot sail cat, not 18-foot draft cat. Yeah, Donovan, because it's like the difference between... is there even a land vehicle equivalent? It's like the difference between driving like a truck, or like, but it's a race truck somehow, or like an SUV, a race SUV, and an actual sports vehicle. It's tiny. Okay, so trapezing, I'll do my best to try and explain this, but basically, if you imagine, look at the top of this boat here. It's not going to be quite accurate, but if you look at the top of the mast on this boat, and you draw a line from the top of that mast down to the side of the hull where these little outriggers are. And that line is made out of a steel wire. What trapezing is putting a harness around your waist and having various attachment points on that steel wire that hangs from the top, so it holds everything super taut regardless of what waves you're under. And you hang off the side of the boat. So if you now picture a guy with his feet pressed against the side of the spar that sticks out on the right hand side here, that's kind of semi-center screen, and he is hanging out with his body almost perpendicular to the hull of the boat. So he is extending the hull of the boat out at the same level to pull the weight of the entire boat down. That is trapezing, and it only really matters on smaller ships or on like proper hardcore race yachts where you have very low weight and a lot of crew that are doing it all at once. But the idea is what you're doing is using lever action between the top of the mast and how far out you're hanging to mean that your weight is holding the entire boat. I mean, obviously, as we... But if we, let's just give you a demonstration, because the Atlas actually does this quite well. If I turn sideways here, so that the wind is sideways to the draft, and I swing the sail around, hang on, no. When I swing the sail around, the boat's going to start leaning over in that direction. So you can see how it's leaning over now because of the wind hitting us. Now imagine that we're running with the same amount of sail, but a hull on this boat that's tiny in comparison. The way these boats are designed to counter that is by having someone that sits and hangs out of the boat way over here, or multiple people that hang out of the boat way over here to try and counterbalance the weight and pull the thing back level again, despite the fact that the light boat with the huge sail is pulling it over. And the reason that trapezing is cool is not only because are you hanging out over this huge rushing water at crazy speeds on this wire attached by your waist, but you get this moment where you've got to do the switch, which is where you're cutting through the wind, the boat's about to come around, and you have to go from this side, and you're hanging out, looking up this direction, hanging on a trapeze, and maybe you're looking forwards a bit, locking your front leg, when you sort of look at this angle, and at some point you have to run as this mast is swinging in your direction at a low level. So you can imagine there's a mast coming out here and it's swinging towards you. You have to run under it, unclip yourself from the harness, run under it, clip yourself on again at this side, and then essentially launch yourself out this side of the boat as the whole weight of the boat shifts to the other side as you go through the turn, and catch it again on this side. And it is exhilarating. And also you have the advantages of at any point when you're out here and you're clipped on, and if you're really holding some weight on how the sail is sitting, and you unlock your front leg. So at this point, your front leg here, the one that's leading towards the front of the boat, has to be like, you know what it's like when you like lock your muscles and your joints and it just becomes rigid. It has to be rigid at this point all the time. The second you unlock that leg, you will launch yourself at high velocity off the front of the boat. And that is also quite funny if you do it intentionally. Less funny if you do it by accident, because when it catches you by surprise, yeah, that's not so fun. So yeah, that's trapezing, and if I wasn't sailing at the same time, I wouldn't be chatting about it. I'd just show you a picture of someone doing it, but I feel like we went down a cooler journey by doing so. I'm sailing back to our home island. Oh, damn. Alright, okay. I need to be aware that I'm actually using my backup keyboard, and my backup keyboard has like super sensitive keys. We need to get a diving ship set up soon. How far? Where in the skills tree is diving? It's under piracy, isn't it? I think. No, it's not. Maybe it's under ships then. Anyone got any idea? We did find some rain. At the very least, I get to come back with rain. And a level up to my intelligence, so I can make cooler shit. Yeah, tipsy. To be fair, my previous keyboard is probably dry now and could be back into use, but currently I'm using the backup, which is running some like really, really soft variants of some MX blues, not blues, reds. There you go. Whereas my standard keyboard these days is running browns with the tactile, and yeah, so I'm accidentally pressing stuff without even realizing. Okay, so it was in piracy. Alright, cheers. Actually, well, that's a bit early, but let's be on the sail already, because I can see the island coming up and it's not big. Piracy. Diver. No, that just makes it. Ah. Just secrets of piracy allows you to make the actual diving stuff. Sweet. Coming in on target. Oh, extra ash. I'm sorry, mate. I missed that. 12 months as well. I apologize, dude. Oh. LimeWire? No. Napster. Napster bad. Well, this is going to be a bit interesting because I don't really know yet where exactly we can actually drop anchor around here. Can we do it on this side? Yes. I'm going to use that to slow us down more than anything else. Which didn't really help. Well, shit. Bring it around. Yay, solo. Yeah, really, we need to work out where exactly we're planting and storing ships here. Because it's not very natural as to where. Oh, I also get a chance to go and see where those, I can't help but notice, guys, but you see that there are some trees that have grown up close to those water barrels we placed. They weren't there when we left. Like the reservoirs. This island was barren of trees when we left. No, the point was, Kirk, that we're not interfering with their spawn by having those water reservoirs where they are. The force is more complexly applied than you expect, DoD. Like, they're using a relatively complex, what would you call it, wave simulation for this. It's one of its biggest saving graces is actually sailing a ship in it, and how ships react in storms, etc. is nothing like as simple as you would expect it to be. Nice one, Grodder. Thank you, dude. Oh. See, yeah, exactly. It's like Ark. If we get too close with certain objects, then they will remove spawnage. But it looks like we are in luck here in that I suspect that the reservoirs don't. Looking at how they're behaving. Because, yeah, I don't know, actually. Maybe up to about this point, maybe they are. There is a notable gap here, if you know what I mean, around, like, if you draw a radius around those and draw a radius here, you do see a notable gap in what's spawning. So, yeah. Maybe. I'm going to leave it and see what happens tomorrow, but that is worth paying attention to. It's not 15, Tipsy, no. Doesn't look like it. Ironically, getting up onto this ramp is less easy than it looks. Alright boys, well I'm going to make the executive decision that I'd rather have more time to play with these fine folks that are asleep here tomorrow than stay up too late with you guys. I apologise, I know that sounds like I'm somehow putting you guys down, but I think it would be more amusing that way as well, rather than watching me run around on my own. I think it would be better if we played more as a company, so I think it makes more sense for me to hit the sack and make sure I'm up and about when Shaq manages to move out and get streaming or whatever. Maybe persuade Splitsy tomorrow. I mean, that's my plan. Maybe hit Splitsy up with a copy of Atlas and say, hey, I will pick you up from port. Come and join us on a silly island and we'll play along, you know. So, yeah. Hope you guys have had a good time today. Been plenty of Atlas and plenty of SE. I've certainly enjoyed myself, so it's been an absolute pleasure, guys, as it always is. You guys really are a pleasure. Especially as, do you notice? Bless you guys. Seriously. Hats off. And if I'm taking my hat off, that does mean a lot. I don't take it off very often. We managed to navigate the entire evening without too much focus on certain things that are going on in the world that everyone should be informed about, no question. But doesn't necessarily need to come up in a stream chat, because that's not the best place for information. Hold on, folks. It's nice to have a break. Nice to have a place that shit's not going on, you know. Yeah, let's nab Mac again, why not? If he's still going. My good friend Macor, leading Uber Squad, also on the server. You guys fancy sticking with us for a raid? Obviously understand if you don't fancy, and I will be back tomorrow for some more streamage for sure. But if you do fancy hanging around for a little raid, let's go and hit up Macor again, because he's a lovely lad, is Macor. And it's nice dumping the raid on his face. Here it comes, boys. Ready? Oh.